the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got the dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon town, and this here's another episode of Sports Plus Life. Do you feel me? Okay, cause y'all already know what's going down today. So guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off, boy. Cut! All right. Yes, sir. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, and this here is that show called Sports Plus Life, that there podcast where we talk about all of the necessary events in sports and all of the necessary events in life as well. Well. Guess what, my people? I don't even know, bro. My mind just went blank on me. No, I'm just playing. I'm just messing around. It is Friday, okay? March the 12th, 2000 of the 2-1. And I know everybody probably in a good mood right now. Okay, everybody, you know, these people out here that just got their stimulus check, bro. They got their stimulus check. They probably feeling really good right now here, bro. Okay, I know you're probably happy you either got your stimulus check or your stimulus check is pending. That means you know that money is coming, which means celebrate, good times come on, probably right on top of niggas' tax checks as well. Hey, man, you know, everybody's sitting pretty right now. Much needed. If you behind on your bills, get caught up. Hopefully you got something left over. If you are up or if you on time with your bills, sit it, stack it, you know what I'm saying? Spend a little bit here, a little bit there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe take you a little trip or whatnot, but let's make sure this money is still with us in the second half of the year. You know what I'm saying? Hear that? Oh man, nah, man. You know, I heard the president's speech last night, and one part of it just tripped me out when he was talking about if we continue on the pace that we're on to get the vaccinations, that by July 4th, we can be all sitting with our friends and our families, barbecuing and picnicking and celebrating our independence. And while I didn't disagree, I was like, yo, that part of this speech was strictly for black people. I'm trying to tell you, and I didn't feel no type of way, but I'm just like, he's really trying to eloquently say, blacks, go vote. Now, this is how I would have done it if I were Joe Biden. My fellow Americans, 1 year ago today, the country was ravaged by a pandemic known as the coronavirus. Lots of pain, heartache, loneliness, and most of all, death. And if you choose to point the finger at the last regime that was in the White House, I would definitely encourage you to do so, as their carelessness and lacklusterness caused over 500,000 deaths. He should be in jail right now. But there is light at the end of this tunnel. We have vaccines that are being administered every day. Millions of Americans are getting vaccine every day. Except we're noticing that one specific community is kind of hesitant to take the vaccine. To my African Americans, I mean this in all seriousness. If you would just let your guard down in the most respectful way and take this vaccine, I understand that the American government over the period of history has not given you reasons to trust us very much, if at all. We're still apologizing for the slavery thing. Our bad.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
We're still apologizing for, even after the Emancipation Proclamation, still trying to find ways to keep you enslaved in a state of mind, aka the Ku Klux Klan, aka the police, aka bad job opportunities. Our bad. We also apologize for our government bringing crack and cocaine into the country, selling it to you, and then arresting you when you try to sell it to somebody else, something that obviously was done on purpose. Our bad. We apologize for the war on drugs, which was nothing more than a ploy than to just see black and brown people incarcerated or either killed.
What's wrong with you?
Our bad. But this one, we're serious now.
You niggas are crazy.
Lives are being lost. It's affected your community. Haven't you listened to Dr. Fauci? Did you watch First Take? If you guys can take this vaccine, I promise you, you will be turning up as quickly as possible. You can nuck if you buck, tear the club up, and all of those things that you hear on a 2003 G Unit record.
Biatch.
This is your president. Just give us one more chance. And by the way, our vice president, she's a black woman. Well, clearly that's how he should have addressed the nation. I mean, I'm not saying that he addressed the nation wrong, but I mean, I just felt that one particular comment as far as cookouts and whatnot, which is all good. I mean, everybody, barbecuing. I mean, everybody barbecues. Black people ain't the only people that barbecue. But I thought that was aimed in the direction of the black community, which, I mean, can you blame us for being a little skeptical? I mean, they asked LeBron James, and he said he was going to keep that private between him and his family, and people were, actually trying to critique that. I'm like, bruh, come on, man. I mean, LeBron's not saying anything wrong by saying he wants to keep that a private manner. I don't care how powerful his voice is. The reason why he's not wrong in that situation is because it's his body. We're not talking about the right to vote or anything like that. We're talking about something possibly being injected into his body. So to me, he doesn't have to explain that to anybody. But anyway, yeah, them stimulus checks came. Ain't that a bitch? But anyway, hey man, without further ado, let's get to it, bruh. Okay, as the music hits, I'm going to get into the old NF of the L because there's been a lot of action going on, and I'm going to start this talk in regards to quarterbacks and other free agent issues based on level of importance. And I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this or if you've listened to this, you probably know where I'm going with this, but let me just start it off as is. The reigning defending Super Bowl MVP, 43-year-old Tom Brady, just signed a 4-year extension with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 4-year extension. He had 1 year left on his contract because he signed a 2-year deal last offseason. So this 4-year extension will effectively take him till the age of 48. Of course, with the last 2 years being a player option, but what it is pretty much securing is that Tom Brady, who, when he said about 6-7 years ago that he was going to play till he was 45 and everybody scoffed at it, myself included, he will play until he's 45 years old. And if he's still playing at a high level, he may play. I mean, who knows? I mean, fuck. I mean, honestly. 5 years ago, did you think Tom Brady was going to be playing at 43? Let alone playing, but winning Super Bowls and being Super Bowl MVP. Plus, this is a cap-friendly deal. It saves the Tampa Bay Buccaneers $19 million on their cap so they can go out and put more teams around him. Look, Tom Brady is that one unicorn in the NFL that will take less so he can be surrounded with more. That is why he has 7 Super Bowl rings, even though I will always say that 4 of them, they cheated, the first 3. But he has won 4 since then, so my hat's off to him. But that doesn't change the fact that he will take less so he can surround himself with the team with the best chance to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's a winning formula. I mean, it is what it is, and I'm be honest with you, that's hard to do now. When you have the supermodel wife who makes more money than you, it's easy to take less because you ain't starving regardless. You feel me? Plus the TB12 brand is getting bigger and bigger by the year, particularly with the older he gets and the level that he continues to play on. I'm not going to hate on Tom Brady. I didn't want to see him win shit last year. I don't want to see him ever win another Super Bowl. But his plan, his strategy, the way he takes care of himself is conducive to why he is still around, why he is getting a 4-year extension at 43 to play quarterback in the NFL. We're not talking about a punter. We're talking about a quarterback. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they put the franchise tag on Chris Godwin. Maybe they can sign him to a long-term deal. Maybe you don't lose Shaq Barrett. You did just sign Levante David to a 2-year deal. Maybe you can add some more pieces. Who knows? Because since you're keeping Chris Godwin, there's a strong likelihood that you may not bring Antonio Brown back. Who knows? You don't know. Antonio Brown may be offered more money elsewhere now that he's a Super Bowl champion. He may say, let me take the money, try to make up for what I missed, basically for being an asshole. So yes, Tom Brady, 4-year extension with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that will take him to 48 years old. Not saying he's going to play till 48. I believe the last 2 years are an option. But still, that's crazy. That is definitely cray-cray. And I am actually happy for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan base. One of my best friends, he's been on the show, Calvin, he's a Buccaneers fan. He's a true Buccaneers fan, not a Tom Brady dick riding bandwagon, but he's a true Buccaneers fan ever since the day I met him over 10 years ago. He rides or dies with his Buccaneers, so I'm happy he has something to look forward to, at least for the next 3 to 5 years. Has something to look forward to. So that's great. And, the reigning defending Super Bowl MVP deserves that spotlight. In other news, the Houston Texans head coach, David Culley, has said that Deshaun Watson is his guy, that, they have no plans on releasing or trading Deshaun Watson. They don't have a contingency plan in place because they haven't thought about trading him. I told you guys this last week. It will not surprise me if Deshaun Watson is not traded at all because of the comment that was made by their late owner, Bob McNair. Don't let the prisoners run the asylum. That's to me speaks volumes. I don't agree with that statement at all. I think it's messed up. But I believe they probably think, maybe not the head coach or the general manager because they just got here, but maybe the owner probably thinks, again, if we trade him, we now look like the weakest link. We cannot do that. So we are going to stand our ground, and he's going to have to deal with it, or he's going to lose money. So, again, we'll see what happens. And in other news, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys reached a contract deal, making Dak the second highest paid quarterback in football. You know what? On all honesty, I'm happy for Dak. I'm happy for Dak getting that bag. He won. I told y'all last week he won the negotiation. He's getting around $40 million, or 1.40, then another point over 40 per year. It's a 4-year deal. I'm happy for him. I am. All honesty. The black man, get that bag. They're gonna have to come see you again in 4 years. But the attention that it got is sickening. Because, as I've told you many a times, is Dak Prescott the reigning Super Bowl MVP? No, that's Tom Brady. Are the Dallas Cowboys the reigning Super Bowl champions? No, that would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Were the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship? No. Have they been in any NFC Championship? No. None of the sorts. They continue to get this massive attention for accomplishing absolutely nothing. Dak got his money. Good for him. Jerry Jones got his attention. Good for him.
Get your damn act together.
But you know what's going to happen next year? The Cowboys are going to stink. And, I mean, is saying, hey, well, they should be the favorite to win the NFC East. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Wow. That's saying something. Are they better than the Rams? No. Are they better than Tampa? No. Are they better than Seattle? No. Are they better than the Saints? No. Are they better than Green Bay? No. Come on, man. Come on. Are they better than Minnesota? That's really about all you can say. So, got your money, got your attention. Now let's move on with life. That's really all that's popping in the NF of the L. Allow me to go to the NB of the A, where the second half of the season, quote unquote, has officially started. And the Brooklyn Nets have made some moves. They continue to make moves. You know, at the beginning of this season, I thought that they were good with just KD and Kyrie. I didn't think that making a trade for James Harden was necessary. I thought that would screw up chemistry. Well, it turns out I was dead wrong about that because James Harden has totally changed his game. But the one problem is you haven't seen much of KD, James Harden, and Kyrie because KD has been out for about a month now with a hamstring issue. And while Brooklyn is going to be the prohibited favorites to come out of the East, we're not going to say prohibited because Philadelphia will definitely have something to say about that. But my thing is, if you don't play together enough, you're not going to build that camaraderie, that familiarity. I understand that Harden and Durant have played together and that KD and Kyrie are like besties, whatever. So what? So I'm really looking to see Kevin Durant get back on the basketball court. And then on top of that, they just added Blake Griffin. I mean, I don't know if that's saying the rich get richer because I don't know what Blake Griffin has left in the tank. Detroit bought out his contract. He didn't really want to be in Detroit anyway. He was traded to Detroit right after he signed a max contract with the Clippers, which he really has never forgiven the Clippers for. I remember the first time he played against them, when the game was over, he did not shake their owner, Steve Ballmer's, hands. He just ran off the court. Obviously, he was in his feelings. I mean, I can understand. But now he's a Brooklyn Net. Now he is reunited with his former Clipper teammate, DeAndre Jordan, which was a more important part than we realized. And KD and Kyrie coming to Brooklyn. And let's see what happens. And now there's possible talk that they could get Andre Drummond for the Cavaliers. Like, if they get Andre Drummond, I'm going to be like, well, damn. I mean, damn. Like, is it that everybody wants to play with KD and giving the finger to LeBron and everybody else? I mean, it is what it is. I thought that Brooklyn was the favorite to win the chip even before they added Blake Griffin, just because I saw the way that James Harden had ingratiated himself in the way that he was playing. Harden's playing on the MVP level. And y'all know I have not been shy of criticizing James Harden because I have always thought and will always think that James Harden, as a number one option on a basketball team, will not lead you to a championship. That's not the case now. He has turned into full-fledged point guard, and it is something beautiful to watch. I have got to give him props. I really do. The way James Harden is playing right now, he definitely is an MVP candidate. I don't believe he'll get it because of the way he exited Houston. If he was with Brooklyn the entire time, or if he just came in shape and whatever, and Houston just said, hey, okay, fine, we're going to trade you, that's something different. But it is what it is. He got to go to Brooklyn. He's balling his ass off, and it's really something to watch. They beat the Celtics last night, and this is the dangerous thing about Brooklyn. James Harden didn't shoot well. Matter of fact, James Harden really didn't play well last night. But Uncle Drew, remember him? Kyrie Irving said, step back, fellow Beard. I got you. And he went on and did what Kyrie Irving do, because Kyrie Irving can do things that no other human being on this planet can do on a basketball court. There is no flaws in Kyrie Irving's offensive basketball game. He can do it all. He has maybe the best handles in the game. He can shoot from anywhere as far as three-pointers go. He has a mid-range shot. He can take it to the hole and is the best finisher as far as a little guy. So, somebody under 6'5", he's the best finisher in basketball. And Lord, when Kevin Durant comes back, like I said, I'm a little worried because this is just a hamstring. Hamstrings don't usually take a month to come back from. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? Are y'all just being extra cautious? But I thought KD was going to win the MVP. I don't see that now because now he's just flat out missed too much time. He's missed too much time. Is Brooklyn doing with KD what I said the Lakers should do with AD, with Anthony Davis? But see, Anthony Davis's issue is an Achilles, right? KD's is a hamstring. That's not on the same leg where he ruptured his Achilles. So I would figure that Kevin Durant should be back within the next week or so. Anthony Davis, if you have any questions, I'm not playing Anthony Davis until the playoffs, because I'm going to be honest with you. You have to think about your long term instead of the season. If you don't win the title this year, okay, I know that's disappointing, but in the grand scheme of things, so what? You won it last year. Do you want Anthony Davis to come back, rupture his Achilles, and then be out all of 2021, 2022? No, you do not. No, you don't, because as it's already being seen, LeBron, who's still playing great, but without Anthony Davis, with this current constructed team, the Lakers are average. They're average. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. The Lakers are an average team. What you're getting is the 2018-2019 Lakers when it was just LeBron there. I'm not going to say just LeBron, but because Brandon Ingram wasn't as good a player then as he is now, neither is Lonzo Ball, and Rondo's not there, period. So, it's touch and go. But as far as Brooklyn goes, Brooklyn should definitely be the favorite, but I want to see Kevin Durant get back on the damn basketball court. I do. Okay, now, just whipping through these sports. It is actually one of my favorite times of the year. It is March Madness. It is conference tournaments going on. But there have been two teams that have officially pulled out of their conference tournament, and one team has ended their entire season due to COVID. The Duke Blue Devils yesterday, who had a pretty crappy season, they had a positive COVID test. They elected to just say, screw the rest of the season. They weren't going to the tournament anyway, unless they won the ACC, which I'm not going to say was impossible. But I didn't like their chances against beating Florida State. And then today, my beloved Cavaliers, after winning a three-pointer at the buzzer yesterday to beat Syracuse, regular season ACC champs again, number 1 seed, has a COVID test. They're out the ACC tournament, and let's just pray to God that no more positive COVID tests happen so they can be in the tournament, because they're already in. They're in the tournament. It's just a matter of, can you play? And mind you, let's not forget, Virginia's still the defending national champions. They're still, they did not have a tournament last year, unfortunate because of this punk-ass pandemic, but the last college basketball team to win the NCAA tournament was Virginia. We're still the champs, bitch. Okay? And I would hate to see their title defense come to an end and it not even be on the basketball court. That would just be gut-wrenching. That would. Now, mind you, Gonzaga's men and women, they're both of them, are number 1 in the country. Gonzaga's men is undefeated. So they're saying, well, I've heard some people say, I don't want to say if they don't win a championship, it's a disappointing season. What? Bro, Gonzaga was in the national championship game about 4 years ago. They're undefeated. They've been a powerhouse for about the last 20 years. They're technically in a mid-major conference, but they're getting pretty close to blue blood. You better win the champion. Now, of course, I want my Cavaliers to repeat. But if that doesn't happen, Gonzaga, you better win. What? Man, come on now. And I was like, when I was listening, I was like, boy, you're stupid. If they don't win, this is a disappointment. It may not be a disappointment. What? No. You don't go through the regular season undefeated and then say, well, if we make the Final Four, it's okay. Man, please, get out of here. Get out of here. So, that's all I had to say today about sports, my people. But I still got some more to talk about. But first, where the buzzer. I thoroughly enjoyed coming to America. I really did. Now, I read some reviews where people were kind of, crapping on it and, just unfavorable reviews. But my thing is that I never expected the sequel to be as good as its predecessor. I never expected that. When you have an all-time great movie, like Coming to America, a cult classic like Coming to America. And then you have such a big gap in between first movie and second movie. It almost never lives up to what the original was. The only movie franchise that I've seen that's been able to pull that off has been Bad Boys. You know, you had the first Bad Boys come out in 95. The second one didn't come out till 8 years later. 2003. That one was great, maybe the best one. But then you had a 17-year gap, 2003 to 2020, until, you know, Bad Boys for Life came out. You know, that one was great as well. So they've been the only one to pull that off. But I look at Independence Day. Remember, we all loved Independence Day when it came out in 96. And then 20 years later, we have the sequel. And the sequel was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the first one, you know. And a lot of people believe this because Will Smith was in it and they couldn't afford Will Smith. But I enjoyed Independence Day Resurrection. But I also know that it's not the first one. Coming to America 2, Coming to America, was never going to reach the heights of the first one. Because the first one was just so raw. But that doesn't mean that the sequel was a bad movie. It was very enjoyable. It was very funny, especially if you're a fan of nostalgia. To see the Barbers, to see Randy Watson, to see Cleo McDowell, you know, to see King Joffrey Joffer, to see Eddie Murphy in the New York get-up when he met his son and he put back the old outfit that he wore with the Mets jacket, the Mets hat and the blue jacket. You know, all of that stuff it made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. It really did. It made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And the movie itself was good. Like, of course, with pretty much all of the original cast who was still alive, with the exception of, I would say, Samuel L. Jackson and Lisa's sister. You know, everybody coming back, you know, reprising their role. But then the new cast that they had, I thought that the guy who played his son did well, Jermaine Fowler. I thought he did very well. Leslie Jones was funny. Well, she was hilarious. And Wesley Snipes, oh my God, Wesley Snipes had me weak. And in typical fashion for Eddie Murphy movies, you have just a bunch of special guests that you didn't know. Like, I didn't know Morgan Freeman was going to be up in there, or In Vogue, or Salt and Pepper, or Gladys Knight. I'm like, damn, you know, he spared no expense. I had forgot about Rotimi and Tiana Taylor, and even Rick Ross having a cameo, having a line in there, Michael Blackson. I'm like, you spare no expense. So people who are criticizing this, I don't think are being fair to the fact that the first one is an all-time great. You know, you have to understand that while this movie just came out last week, this movie had been finished damn near a year ago. And it was before the pandemic when this movie was finished. So, if the pandemic is the reason why that we're just getting it now, it's the reason why that it wasn't in movie theaters, and instead of, you know, being on Amazon. But I think some people might have had too lofty expectations. It met my expectations. It met my expectations. I would even go as far to say as it exceeded my expectations, because it gave me a Norbit vibe. You know, and I posted this on social media. You know, this second movie gave me kind of the feel of when I watched Norbit. You know, a bunch of people, a bunch of celebrities in it playing their part, even though Norbit wasn't a sequel to anything. But it was just, it was just cool. And man, tell me, Sherry Headley, who played Lisa, still ain't fine as shit. Oh, she is beautiful. That black don't crack. She is fine as hell. Still fine in 2021 as she was in 1988. You girl, put you in another Blackstreet video, girl. Before I let you go, can I get a kiss? Good night, baby. Y'all know I sing better than that, but my voice is kind of running out. I got to have to fix my voice all over again. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I've watched it like 4 times. So that definitely lets you know. Because last week, because when I came on here last Friday, I said that I wasn't going to watch it because I wanted to watch it when I didn't have to work the next day. I was a man of my word. I did not watch it until last Saturday. And I've watched it 3 more times since then because I definitely enjoyed it. But, yo, quick note, one thing that I did not talk about today, I did not talk about the issue with Patrick Ewing at Madison Square Garden. That's just dumb. I don't understand what's going on. Why Dolan keeps allowing his New York legends, whether it's Oakley, Spike Lee, or Patrick Ewing, to get done wrong in that building that they've devoted so much time, energy, and money to. And I didn't talk about Myers Leonard with his anti-Semitic comment. I'll get into that next time. I mean, maybe, because it's same old shit to me, honestly. But anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. It's your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. This is another episode of Sports Plus Life. If you aren't subscribed to me, definitely hit that subscription button. Become part of the Sports Plus Life familia. Don't hesitate to leave me any comments neither. I don't care if they're good or they're bad. You know what? If you want to holler at your boy, holler at your boy. I'm out this bitch. Peace.